everybody, welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. So my name is Samantha. I'm the owner operator of a 2-acre farmstead located in southeast Louisiana. Guys, I just want to talk to you about life for a moment, okay? So many Americans right now are using apps to be able to get their groceries. You heard me right. There are apps where you can basically take a small loan out or even get an early paycheck to be able to pay your bills and to get groceries. We need apps to feed people, working class people in this country. We are in so much trouble. It feels like the American dream is getting harder and harder for the average American, but easier and easier for illegal aliens. You have Democrats fighting against the SAVE Act, which is just simply identify yourself as an American citizen to be able to vote in federal elections, but are totally okay with the real ID to fly in the sky, right? It's the same documents for both programs. I don't understand what's going on. When I ran across Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, Chuck Schumer, all of them talking about how we had to have tariffs against China in 1998, but then you fast forward to 2025 and they're against them. And then I look at their net worth and this little light bulb goes off in my head. So I got an update earlier from my friend whose husband's in intensive care. Guess what caused the infection that blew his aorta out? A tooth. I told you guys, your teeth are so important. All of your ailments, I'm not going to guarantee because I can't, but I feel it in my spirit that if most of you would go get all your old root canals removed, get all of the poison, metalled cavities that you've had filled with mercury out of your mouth, if nothing else, just pull the teeth, your health would bounce back. And it made me think, here she is. They have 6 kids that they have adopted, right? He had 2 from a previous. So 8 kids altogether. And he's so sick, folks. They don't know what's going to happen at this point. And she's trying to navigate through getting him on disability, getting food stamps for her family that she's never needed any of these programs. Excuse me. Medicaid, Medicare. And she has no clue where even to start. Where are all the nonprofits that our tax dollars go to aid illegal aliens? Where are they when American citizens who not only were small business owners, they employed so many people in our community and around our community at a wage where these men could then pay for their bills and care for their families. So you're talking about productive American citizens. They gave way more than they've ever taken from the system. But they don't know what to do now. So I was trying to help her. I'm like, there should be a caseworker at the hospital. They should be able to get documents from the doctors to prove that he's going to be disabled for longer than a year, which should get him on disability faster. But there's still like this black hole. And what it made me realize is that most of us are not prepared for these black holes, right? If something happened on your way home today and you were in a horrific accident, or something happened to your spouse, or if you're the breadwinner, something happened to you and you couldn't work anymore, how long can your family make it, friends? Those are the questions that Americans are having to look at now, because we realize that our government has completely and totally failed us. There's no free hotel room for you. There's no food vouchers for you. There's no free medical. If you're not on Medicaid and you try to get free medical, they're going to attach to whatever you own. Property, inheritance, whatever. The government's going to get their money. But you could come here illegally and get it all for free. And it's frustrating because, like I said, these are people that gave more than they've ever taken. They took 6 children who would have ended up in this system and raised them as their own in church. I homeschooled for 2 of them. A good family. And now everything is just, it's just, And it made me think. And I was talking to my mom and dad today, and she's like, I'm really proud of you and Steven from where y'all were to where you are, Sam. And I said, yeah, I'm really frustrated that YouTube stole my money, because that was what we were using to do anything extra. That's what we were using to finally start getting a little bit of a nest egg. And if you'd like to support our channel because YouTube stole my money, it's linked in the top of comments. But I told her, I was like, you know, Mom, if something happened to Steven tomorrow, with YouTube, I would have been able to care for myself. Without it, I would be like most American women at my age going, wow, okay, well, I'm back in the workforce, but are there jobs for us? I don't know. I think all of us just kind of need to take a step back and just start understanding that anything can happen at any time. The value of the dollar is dropping. You know, President Trump is trying, folks. He truly is. And it's shocking to me how Americans just listen to anybody, especially because so many people hate him. They just love to hate him. And because of that, they can't pull themselves far enough from the situation and look at it and go, well, it's not a bad idea what he's proposing. They cannot do it. And I don't think if an adult cannot get their paperwork to prove that they're an American citizen, that they should even have the right to vote. We have limits. If you're mentally incapacitated, like get mad or not, but when I went to special ed and got my training, it was actually called mental retardation. If you were mildly or moderately retarded, that was the actual scientific word for it. Now it's disabled or mentally ill, whatever they want to call it. You can't vote. People who have, felonies cannot vote. I know, I went through that. You actually have to wait so many years and reapply to have the right to vote. Then if you're under the age 18, you cannot vote. So we do have some limits already on when and how people can vote. If you're an illegal alien, you're not supposed to be able to vote. But my concern is, I get it, but it's not just a right. It is something that should be earned, because we have a lot of people in this country that are voting. They can't even add 2 + 2. They can't even get their adult documents together to prove who they are. Do we really want these people to vote? If they're that messed up in their minds, if they're that lazy, if they're that unable to adult, do we want them weighing in on concerns that are going to shape our country and the direction our country is going? That's all I'm saying. Call me what you want. I just don't think everybody should be able to vote, especially if you can't go get the documents you need to prove who you are. I think if more of us would just say the truth and exactly how we all feel, because I know most of you feel that way. There's one or two, because you get in your emotions, you think with your emotions and not with facts. You're going to be like, that's so wrong. Really? Is it? I don't think it is. Just continue to pray for our friend's family. His name is Danny Forrest. Pray for them, folks. It looks like I got to go. My manure pickup is here because, yes, I do run an actual business off my property. I have to. I tell you guys, I work really hard. And YouTube stealing from me is frustrating, but it's not going to stop me. In fact, it just pushes me harder. If you haven't noticed, that I put out 3 to 4 videos a day, because I don't like to be told to sit down and shut up. Every voice deserves to be heard. Just some of us actually have something decent to say, and it's funny that it's always ours they try to silence. Love you guys.